Good morning or good afternoon. It's record store day, guys. And what's Mr. Vinyl up to? I'm just not buying any vinyl. That's what I'm doing. Nothing's really tempting me today, guys. Nothing's tempting me out for record store day. What you also find is where all these teeny bopper bands release records, you'll find that it's going to be full of teeny boppers. There's a few of it, I forget where it was now. I forget who's releasing something. A couple of them teeny bopper bands, teeny bopper groups are releasing music, which I will go crazy for. Me, I'm not really going crazy after any records at the moment. At the end of the day, I got my dance craze. That's all I wanted. But I might have a little ride along, all depending how lively I get. Because to be honest, I don't feel that lively, guys. I just thought I'd do a quick video about record store day. But I've only just got up. Well, saying that, I got up earlier, but went back to bed. In fact, I want to get coffee on, guys. I fancy a coffee. We'll get the heating on for a quick burst of heating. Yeah, I've been looking at it. That's it. Is it Taylor Swift? And a few of them kind of artists have got releasing stuff. So all the teeny boppers all go crazy. I think some of them's like proper limited edition. There's only a certain amount. Do you know what I mean? People will go home disappointed. So I think they get in the queue the night before. Personally, I've never queued up for any record. Pardon me. It's quite sunny out there, guys. In my part of West Kent. Me, I'm still just moving around slowly. Oh. Put some socks on. Oh. In fact, it's looking glorious out there. Looking rather glorious. Give you a quick look out there. Might be a nice day to take the suitcase player down the river. Right, what we need. I'll have a coffee. I've got to look up. I don't know why the specials ain't released anything. Normally they release something. Maybe it's something to do with Terry Hall's death. Maybe. Out of respect for Terry, they ain't gonna release anything. But you'd thought they'd have released something in honour of Terry, rather than withdrawing it. But I could be completely wrong. But I've looked at the list of the RSD Record Store Day releases, and the only ska music I can find. You've got Madness, which are releasing about 4 albums. Well, I've got all the Madness I want, really, apart from Complete Madness. Wouldn't mind that. I've got the first Madness album, the second one, the third one, but the fourth one I haven't got yet. But yeah, you got Madness. You got a selector. The only thing I'm interested in is a selector on the two-tone label again, double LP by the selector on clear vinyl. live at the NEC 1980 or 1981. That kind of tickles me fancy. In fact, I'm going to finish this Red Bull. Which I must have started last night and put in the fridge. A bit more of a life than coffee, I think. Got some mail. What bills we got here then? Gonna have a spliff. Morning spliff. Even though it's the afternoon. No, I've already had one spliff. At about 6 o'clock. Oh, that's quite nippy, you know. Not too sure what the forecast is for today. Anyway, where's the weed? The magic green part. Wow, size of that bud. Before anyone sits there going, oh, look at that stoner. No, I'm not what you'd call an average stoner. Because of my ADHD and ASD, it don't affect me like a normal stoner. It actually gets me active. Which is why they give it to these kids, do you know what I mean? There's a lot of kids out there that have fits and all that. And what they do, they give them a little drop of cannabis and they go from fitting 4 or 5 times a day to smiling and happy and laughing and playing and having no fits a day. The benefits of medicinal cannabis, eh? But I can only talk for people my age with my conditions, you know what I mean? I can't talk for these youngsters getting on the old skunk and blowing their minds, you know what I mean? I can't talk for them. I didn't grow up doing that. I first smoked dope when I was 15, and it was by no means nowhere near the potency of all this modern day stuff, all the strains and that they got. It was just shit hash back in my day. A nice bit of hash, bit of Thai weed with loads of seeds, loads of rope in it. All you old weed smokers will remember what I'm talking about. But obviously, I'm from a different generation than them young ones. But like I've said before, during my dark times, being undiagnosed, weed was my only friend. I've got to say, and I've said that to the specialists, to GPs don't like me saying it, but my specialist don't mind. The specialist sits there and listens, and he gets educated from me. Obviously, because I'm an older dude, they're quite interested in me. Getting diagnosed at my age, so I tell them what the crack is. Do you know what I mean? I ain't no youngster, I ain't got no reason to sit there and bullshit them. I tell them what the crack is. Do you know what I mean? And that all makes sense. All makes sense now. Why I chose to go to these rave parties, why I chose to not really be a drinker and go for the substances that were going to keep me up all night. Don't get me wrong, guys, I've never been into heroin, all that dark stuff, that don't interest me. The party's tackle, man, that's what I was into. I was into the acid tabs, your speed, your ecstasy, reach for the lasers and all that kind of stuff. Laying there with a syringe out your arm, smacked out your brain, you know what I mean? It don't interest me. You know what I mean? Some of my mates took that route, and they're not here now, but that's their downfall, you know what I mean? I never took that route because being hyperactive, I thought, looking at them all just minged out, I thought that don't really appeal to me. I was more looking at the man jumping, dancing around all night, thinking, yeah, I'll have some of that. And that's what it was all about. In fact, I'll have to do the second part. I've done my life from age 1 to 10. If you look back in the videos, you'll see that one. I'll do from 10 to 20, which is go through quite a bit in my life. And end up sitting in a young offenders institution, spending my 18th birthday in there. Because I chose to drive a car illegally. Didn't kill anyone, didn't crash or anything like that. I was just driving on a ban. And I got sent away for a short, sharp shot. In fact, if you look back in the videos, you'll see my young offenders videos where the night I helped a Essex lad to escape from Colchester, my old pal, he done the off out the window, built himself, this ain't no bullshit, built himself, a bit like the old film on the telly, built himself in his pyjamas. He sort of stuffed them and made it look like he was in his bed. And obviously the guard comes round, looks in the window, he's a kid. But what my role was to make a bit of noise at the end while he went out the window. But I believe he got caught. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I think he got caught. So it's a bit easier for him to do the off. Obviously, we was in Suffolk, a place called Ollerslie Bay, Woodbridge. Obviously Essex, he didn't have to go too far, just straight across the county into Essex. Obviously coming from Kent, if I was to do the off out the window, I'd have quite a mission. And I did think about it, and I thought, do you know what I mean? From Kent to Ollerslie Bay is quite a long way, right up through London, through Essex. I thought, no, I'll just sit tight and do, and you know what I mean, accept my naughty boy sentence. But a lot of them did the off out the window. But there was all sorts in there. Most violentest place I've ever been in. Got in the prison wagon at Tunbridge in Kent. Got in there, all the accents were like Kent accents, southern sort of to me accents. Get out of the van, Ollerslie Bay, and it's all turned, they all sound like farmers, and it's all Norfolk, and I thought, fucking hell, where have I landed? I thought I was the only fucking southerner in there. Well, I say southerner, that for myself too, but obviously I'm more south. I'm as south as you can get, being in the southeast. And I got out of the prison truck, and they were talking like farmers from like, obviously I'm only 17, I've never heard all these accents before, and I thought, fucking hell, where they put me? And then I got on the unit, I could hear a few fucking, I don't know, a few voices, and I was talking on the landing. I was talking to one dude, telling him I was from Kent, and this dude poked his head out the door. All right, Phil. And there was a fella called Tim, he was from Canterbury in Kent. And then next door to him was the geezer from Essex, and he poked his head out. Big long hair down there. He went, all right, fella. Then he come out and we all started talking and that. Because you had your little groups in there, obviously. But yeah. I've done a video about that, but I've got a memory, I've got a photographic memory. I can even remember these dudes' names, some of them. Which was basically when I was 17. And the little old magistrate, must have been about 98. But she did tell me, she told me months before, not you again, Philip. I'm telling you now, Philip, you come before me again, and you're off for a short, sharp shot. She looked me in the eyes, and she said, remember what I told you last time? I said, yes, miss, I do. And that was it, I was off. Saying that, they should really, that's how they should treat the kids now, how they treated us, so the kids might learn a bit. Don't think they really learn nowadays, it's all too soft. Um, time. What's the time? I might even have half 12. Yeah, it's still early, isn't it? Could even have a little trip down the old record shop that my mate in the next town there. See if I can find any more little treasures. But to be honest, I don't feel too lively at the minute. But this spliff might liven me up and get me moving. Where normal people, a normal brain, it would mellow out and put to sleep. It has a reverse effect. In fact, I've got to sort out my cannabis card pass. I'm going to get the wheels in motion next week, which basically means getting my medical record, sending it off, and I get my cannabis card, which then means when I go and get my supply, so I come out of my person's house. Oh. Or well, I use various people. I've just got one person. And I get called down the road. And I open my bag and I've got like a big bag of weed in there. All it means is they check through. Because I've got a proper illness, I just get told to move on my way with my stuff. They don't take your stuff. But obviously if you've got 16 ounces all bagged up, you're off down the cells. But yeah, it's a good idea really. It stops criminalising, basically it's to stop criminalising people that are using it for medical purposes, like myself. I'm not using it for recreational purposes, am I? I'm not just getting stoned for the sake of getting stoned, if you get me. So I wouldn't be classed as a recreational user. I'd be classed as a medical user, if you can understand that. Different levels of stoners. But for all my life, I thought I was in the stoner group. But you get the diagnosis and you think, hang on a minute, that's why that's affecting me like that, because it's psychoactive. But it's all good, people. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. All be legal. By the time I'm an old man, by the time I'm pulling my pension, I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident that you'd be able to go down the old shop there and buy yourself a spliff. In fact, a lot of countries in America, Canada, different states that have legalised it, you've had really poor little areas, man. Poor little areas, desolate places. They've legalised this, used the tax money and transformed their area. That's what the British government should be doing, because the war on drugs never worked. They're supplying the drugs. As soon as you legalise it, it just cuts the criminality out of it, doesn't it? And to be honest, I think from my experience in my 51 years, being out on the street, running about and that, I think I've seen far more incidents with alcohol. I don't think I've ever seen an incident with cannabis where I've been in a situation where people are all getting stoned and suddenly it's kicked off and everyone's fighting. I don't think I've ever come across that. Yeah, I've been in plenty of places where everyone's pissed up having a row, do you know what I mean? Which must cost a lot more money, but yeah. Is it a gateway drug to other drugs? Probably not. Probably not. I think somebody's going to do heroin or do a bit of sniff or whatever, he's going to do it. Do you know what I mean? They're going to do it, whether they have a spliff before or not. I think what did I do first? I did cannabis first. I then went really into that to start with. And then did, what did we do next? Acid. Straight in on the acid. And then speed. Then ecstasy. But I'm talking when it was proper ecstasy, do you know what I mean? Not this rubbish the kids doing that today. I'm talking about it's 1987, 86. These have just hit the scene. And people are just like, it's very strong pills, man. You'd be rolling around on a carpet with your eyes in the back of your head, man, all night. Do you know what I mean? Right, let's turn the heating off. It's nice and toasty in here now. Keep looking at that dance craze, thinking, shall I bang it on? Should we give it a bit of volume? Oh look, my old lights have fell down. Fuck me, look. My light strips fell down. Oh my god, look. Never mind. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Fuck me, look at that. Tell you what, we'll just hang it under there. No, it's not even going to work. I do. That's what I'm sorting. In the process of sorting the vinyl, but I've started sorting it. Then I'm thinking it's nearly summer, isn't it? I'm thinking, I've looked at the long range weather forecast, guys, and it's a hot summer, man. It's like last year, which basically was up at 40 in Kent. And when it is 40 out there, 35, anything around there, it's upstairs of this house here where I am now. It becomes like an oven. Pardon me. And I worry about my old records. They get red hot, start warping and that, so what I end up doing is moving them downstairs. So I might fact, let's put a bit of heat in now. I might start moving the vinyl downstairs now, today. Stack it all where it's going to be all summer, because we're going to get anyway. It's pointless me sorting it all out up there. Heating's already on there. To have to come down here and stash it, do you know what I mean? Which is going to happen. So I might as well just bring it straight down here, and then what records I want to listen to, I can just come up and down. But I might see. I'll do what I did last year. I end up putting a bed sort of over there in the corner of the front room. On here I have all my decks and my records. Yeah, and I keep down here basically, because in the front room here, look, I've got a veranda under there, so I can go straight out and it's lovely and cool. And I think we're going to have a toasty one again this year. And to be honest, especially on my meds as well, that could have affected it. Last summer was the first summer on my meds, and I was ever so hot at night. But I've always got quite hot at night anyway in Kent. Do you know what I mean? We're not far from France, so we get all that high pressure. But yeah, so I might move the vinyl down here. Won't move the bed down here yet, even though nah, I'll leave the bed up there for a bit. What we're in now, April, May, June. Mega mission, man, mega missions. So in that case, I've got to load this up with vinyl. Start shifting it downstairs, so ones are already sorted are Madness. Oh, the Beat. Ranking Roger. Wow. That dude to start with. Should I put my Trojan in there as well? Yeah, it might just be able to fit my Trojan in. Young, Gifted and Black. I'm white, gifted and white. No. I'm old, gifted and white. No, chatting shit now. Got this vinyl way, some guys. This is it. This is my life savings. My vinyl. It's about all I've got though. Plenty of vinyl. That's all my money goes on. Oh shit, I might as well unload that. In fact, I might have got any more of them bags. Them bags are right handy for carrying vinyl. Right, not out there, there ain't. What about this direct sports bag? Fuck's sake. Oh. Right, where's the vinyl going? That is the big question. Start with, I'm just gonna have to. What should I put it in now? different ways that I can actually lay the vinyl out. Might have to get the old suitcase player down here on the go. Keep forgetting I've got that little mobile unit. Right, there we go, look. Pile of tunes. These little bags, these Hessian bags. Sainsbury's. Proper good vinyl carriers. In fact, what I might do first is run the hoover around in here, just clear up that soldering iron. God, what did I eat last night? It's only coming through me today. Fish and chips I had last night. Fish and chips, large fish, small chips, £10.50. Let me know in the comments, guys, how much is fish and chips where you come from? But yeah, £10.50. That was for large cod and small chips. UB40 collection. Right, let's go and have a sit down and finish this. What I might also get is that charger. My fast charger. Oh bloody hell, I'm dragging them in everything. What are we up to then? 32 minutes. 88%. Football Focus, probably missed out. I'm not too sure who's playing today. Quite into my football, guys. Support Liverpool, as you can see. I come out of a Scouser, you see. But lucky enough, I come out red. My mum's Everton. Someone had to be, didn't they? But yeah. Liverpool FC since I was in the womb. Also like the boxing. In fact, I've got a picture somewhere in the other room of my dad used to sort of own and run the boxing club. Ooh. When I was a young youth. I've got a picture of us all at the boxing club. Sadly, a few of the lads in the picture ain't here no more, which is quite sad. But I'll show you that another day. It's under this big pile of pictures. Unfortunately, it's at the bottom. Yeah. Adlow Boxing Club.
It's a tough journey ahead with her recovery, but not only that, William, how tough it's going to be for her mentally moving forward. And look, it's this
An hour with Phil. Might do this regular feature, an hour, every Saturday morning with me. No particular subject, just random waffle. Random waffle. Waffle of the day. Right, that's charged up, look. Sweet as. Need that. Fast charger. Might as well open these 2 letters. See what lovely demands we've got today.
network around them, and they have that. And you know her, we know Leah really well. She's got a great family, so in terms of her family support, we know that'll be there for her. Is that one of the hardest things as well? Because you're 3 months out to a World Cup. Your family are already planning their trips and everything going on to be in Australia,
Get some paint.
New Zealand. So for it to be this
Ceiling paint, look. Got to do the ceiling. Got a few ceilings to do, but obviously
family, we know
decorating the room. I want to do the ceiling first.
They never miss a game, and they come in, you know, numbers.
And then gloss the door and the skirts.
And it is devastating, but I think in Leah's piece that she said there, there's more to it than just the football. She sees the bigger picture. She's going to struggle, but as I said, you know, she's got good people around her. I just hope that the mental side of things, I think it's, you know, the well-being is something in this game, really trying to push for, because I think that's the most important thing right now for Leah.
Glenn, is that the thing when you look at Arsenal's injury list? I suppose across the women's game, you think about one player doing an ACL, but to have 3 players do an ACL in one season, it's unheard of.
Yeah, I mean, it's either bitterly unlucky or they're doing something wrong, whether it's their routine, their weight regime, whatever it is, something could be going wrong, but I'm sure it's something the club are assessing. But as far as Leah's concerned, I mean, it is difficult. It's difficult. I've done mine.
London Marathon.
Through, but do you know what? You can come back a better player. I was a better player after because I looked after my body more. So she will come out.
Just checking out what's
just a quick one, because they have got a huge game.
what sports for the 6 Nations. Formula E from Berlin, snooker, Man City, FA Cup.
She had a phenomenal quarter-final against Bayern. And I thought, you know what, she could step into that midfield and really boost that Arsenal team. Now losing Leah, they've got the injury list for Arsenal is massive. So it's going to be even tougher now with the loss of Leah in that lineup.
Okay, let's update you because the score is still currently Barcelona leading 1-0 against Chelsea. Before, like we just said, Arsenal are going to Wolfsburg tomorrow. And the Men's Champions League semi-final lineup is now complete. And what a lineup it is. Manchester City...
TV looks absolutely shite tonight.
Derby in that one. You two? Who's got it? Who do you think?
Well, Real just seem to have a hold of it. I mean, obviously, Man City and Pep are desperate to win that tournament, but Real just seem to have some sort of mystical hold over that competition, and that is going to be an unbelievable tie. And then you've got the Milan derby. I mean, you couldn't want 2 better games to view as a neutral.
Not even nothing I'm recording that tonight.
I'm not gonna predict a Real win.
Nothing even worth recording.
Yeah, I would want that to happen. But I watched them in both legs. I was at the bridge last week against Chelsea. I don't think they come out. They shifted out of gear 1, made it look really easy. So they are, when it comes to Champions League football, they are the kings of it.
Yeah.
Okay, and just a quick one to Leah Williamson. Everyone here at Football Focus sends our best wishes with your recovery. Okay, from the Champions League back to the Premier League now, where it's 3 wins from 3 for Roy Hodgson in his second spell in charge of Crystal Palace, which means it's a very good time for a catch-up with Glenn.
He's back. The return of a familiar face in the dugout. In case of emergency, break glass for Hodgson. That is what you call a comeback. His 24th managerial job. First things first, is there a chance you could turn that water biblical reference into a nice Chateau Neuf de Pape for me? Because you've had that kind of effect, haven't you?
A lot of shite that's on. Porn stars. Not the dirty kind.
Looks like it has a little serial number on the badge. It says Ford in the, blue Ford iconic logo with like a... Is that an eagle? Correct, yeah. Okay. How much do you want?
So for the 4 buttons and the badge, I'm looking for $75.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. This stuff is really cool, but I literally have no idea the time period.
Chumley.
It's going to help a lot. But I do know a guy that can come down and show
Anybody that watches porn stars will know him.
to help me figure out if this is a deal that's built to last.
This is what you called me about.
Yeah, I figured if anyone would know about old pins and
Watched have a lazy day, beached in this chair.
Buttons, may I? Absolutely.
Sounds like a good plan.
All right, yeah.
Just can't spend any money sitting here. Can't buy any can't buy any Oh yeah, I can spend money sitting here. Well, I can buy a record sitting here, so that was wrong.
And it's a mixed bag. The buttons are correct. These would date from the 1950s, probably.
Might have a bit of dance craze.
On their uniform shirts. Now, the badge, however, is a different issue. Within the badge world, you have real badges, you have fakes, and then you have fantasy pieces. These are ones that looks like it might have been a badge, but it was never issued. So unfortunately,
Dance craze day.
the badge is a fantasy piece. They're well known.
Got me
among
poster.
badge collectors because the Ford design on this is round. The Ford symbol was never round.
Record one.
Always open.
This is what you get when you get the
Looks like a serial number.
deluxe set, which I've got. If you're getting a standard set, you're not getting a box set, you're just going to get one LP, which is the Dance Craze original LP remastered. But if you get the deluxe version like me, you're getting a box, you're getting a poster, and you're getting this 2 double. You're getting 2 extra albums of unpublished, unheard stuff from the Dance Craze tour. Which is just the bollocks, really. It's very, very good.
I think that's a little high for me because I'm guessing these buttons go for about $5 each. So for me to buy them, I'd have to be in at like $10.
Nightclub.
Can you do 15? I mean, I'd really.
Nightclub. Get the tunes on. Ooh. First of all though, I'm going to put my dustbuster around it. Get all the old dust off. The amp's not turned on. Is now. Do I open the curtains? Nah, I can't be bothered. Speed's a bit slow on that. Anyway, specials, nightclub. Doing here. Absolutely brilliant. Don't know whether that's my amp there. Tell you what, if you want true tone at its best, then Dance Crazy's the album for you. So high energy. Probably, to be honest, even a lot of the bands, Madness, all of them, Specials, The Beat, they all say that this was at the peak, really. Peak of their power. All new, do you know what I mean? It's... It is. Orange Street. Never get to Orange Street. So I leave it up to you and there to get him back on his feet. I'm just about to go with your mom and dad, shuffling on my feet. Even if I get tired, I'll never get to on the street.
The next song you might have heard before.
Bad Manners.
Let's go.
tell you what, it sounds unbelievable. Anyway, bad manners. Bad manners are only two-tone by default, guys. The only reason bad manners are two-tone is by default because they're on this Dance Craze tour. The other bands, Special, Selector, Madness, The Beat, The Body Snatchers, all released the tune on two-tone, which basically kick-started them off. With Madness, you had the Prince. With Specials, you had Gangsters. Obviously, Selector wasn't one of the first ones. The Beat released Tears of a Clown, ranking Full Stop on the other side. Body Snatchers, not too sure, was it Do Rocksteady or... Anyway, it's been quite an interesting waffle today. It's 51 minutes in. Ta-da! That's what I've got to do today. Got to order a stylist for this techniques there. And the other decks, which I've got down here. Been meaning to do it for a long time. Probably going to be quite a painful experience for the wallet. Saying that means you can play with your LPs to your heart's content. Up here, got that one up there, look. Got to get a stylist for that. Got a JVC there, what I've got to get a stylist for, and I've got a Techniques there. So I've got two Techniques I've got to get stylists for. So I've got to get two orange styluses, Techniques ones. And I might as well get two of the others. No, I've got to get another one for this as well. I've got to get two different Technique styluses. One's an orange one. One's a very specialised one. Body Snatchers. 007. Yeah, right, where's all that? Shantytown. What I'm looking for is seven. That's for Techniques. That's one of the ones for Techniques. The other one I might as well get these out now. I'm going to need to look at these. These are complete. That's a spare complete unit. Complete. One I'm building. Techniques one, which needs one of these. But I've got two Techniques ones that need these, so I'll be getting two of those. That there is basically a specialised one for techniques. So I need to get 1, 2, 3, one of those. 4 I've got to get. Then that gives me the option of quite a few record decks to use whenever I want. I'm going to sort my mixer out. Once I've got my mixer sorted, well, I've been looking at one of these little mini mixers. I might even get one today, who knows, from that same shop, which is Juno Records. 56 minutes in. Don't know how long this is going to take to upload. Luckily I've got unlimited data, so it's all cushy. Oh, it looks like it's clouding up a bit now. That nice weather's gone. In fact, it looks like we're going to get a splash of rain, splash of the wet stuff. I still might have a trip to the record shop, who knows? He might have even have had a sort of dig about for me. Get to see the selector next Thursday. Morning. In fact, I might put that other deck on today, wireless one in. Hero. Hero. This one. There's another stylist at there. The beat. Ranking full stop. From a JVC. JVC. Techniques. Techniques. All totally live as well, this.
She not ready to stop.
Anyway, guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Got to plug that phone charger in. Might even upload the whole Dance Craze album. I guess I could record one side, upload side, you know what I mean, do it like that. I keep doing little bits of songs and odd songs. I could do the whole album. Anyway, whatever you're doing, have a good weekend.